they all do. If one thing I know, I fall but I grow. I'm walking down this road of mine, this road that I go home. So am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? But that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see. Am I tripping for having a vision? My prediction, I'ma be on top of the world. Walk and don't look back. Always do what you decide. Don't let them control your life. That's just how I feel. Oh, fight for yours, so don't let go. Don't let them compare you, no. Don't worry, you're not alone. That's just how we feel. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Oh yeah. Oh. Now am I wrong? Am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? Oh yeah. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join me to hear about this exclusive business opportunity tonight to invest in an exciting new company called Adventure Vietnam, an experience like no other. My name is Matt Robertson, and first I'll give you a little bit of background information about me. I'm 25 years old and an MBA student at USM with some experience in marketing, hospitality, and the advertising industry. I enjoy traveling, sports, business, politics, acting, and of course new adventures, which is really a big premise for the concept I have that I'm going to pitch to you tonight. So as you might expect, the business is going to be centrally located in Vietnam, and the population there is about 93 million, so a third of the size of the United States. Since the Doi Moi policy a couple decades ago, Vietnam has really been thriving and growing at a record rate due to the ease of business and the improvements that the government has made for foreign direct investment within the country. This is why it's a really strategic location, and I think you should consider investing. In terms of the business that I'm going to talk to you about tonight, we're going to be strategically located in Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. There's over 7 million people, more than any other city in Vietnam, and it's not only the commercial center, but it's also where the hub for science and technology, industry, and lots of college students, a thriving workforce. So a key industry for Vietnam to look at is tourism. In 2013, they had over 7.5 million visitors, which was up nearly 11%. This year so far, 2014, they're up 26%. This is a thriving market, but despite this rise in visitors, there's still many people that don't know about Vietnam. Vietnam hasn't really developed a brand as a travel destination. There's a lot of opportunity there and potential market share that has not been picked up yet in the US, Japan, and throughout Europe. And not only looking at the tourism market, but specifically young tourists. Now, this is a trend worldwide where young tourists have spent $217 billion in 2012. That's nearly 25% of the total worldwide spend, and it's the largest growth area. Young people are traveling more, they're staying away for longer periods of time, and they're spending more money. This quote from Forbes.com really hits the point that I'm trying to make. Young travelers today want more than ever to enrich themselves with cultural experiences, to meet local people, and to improve their employability when they return home. This is something that the status quo businesses just aren't doing a good job at. There's a huge opportunity if someone would step into this marketplace and serve these customers. That's exactly what Adventure Vietnam is going to do. We're going to be Vietnam's best adventure-focused tour company for college students. We're going to offer young people unparalleled opportunities for cultural immersion, adventure, and resume-building experiences that they can't find anywhere else. This is really a tour for people that don't like tours. So who are we targeting specifically? Young people, age 18 to 25, some level of college education, coming from middle class and up backgrounds, so they have the discretionary spending to afford what we're going to offer for tourism packages. Both male and female, and they have to have an adventurous spirit. and they'd be located throughout the U.S. and also secondary markets in Europe and Japan as we look to expand. Now, when I said that this is a tour company for people that don't like tours, that's because we're going to be doing all the things that people like about tours and none of them that they don't. So what does that mean? Convenience. It's going to be super easy. You're going to have everything taken care of for you in terms of all the hassles of travel. But all the fun stuff, you're still going to be in control of and have lots of options. It's going to be affordable. A lot of good value here. You're going to be, using your student budget wisely and getting the most bang for your buck. And you're also going to get the benefits of a local knowledge from your tour guides, from the people there on the ground that live there, conveying that knowledge to you and really making you have the most, experiential learning that you can, and just make the most out of your trip. Now, in addition, you're going to meet really cool new people. This isn't a tour where you go and it's all a bunch of couples. That might be your thing. But this is going to be focused for adventure-seeking people. You could be by yourself. You could be with a group of friends. You could be with your significant other. It doesn't matter. Everyone's going to feel welcome, meet cool, like-minded people. There's not going to be tourist traps. You're not going to be going to the thing that every single person goes to. And if you do go there, you're going to have a different experience because we're going to give you the local flavor, the local side to it. It's not just going to be going to the same place as everybody else and having the same experience. That will never happen with Adventure Vietnam. What we're really going after is cultural immersion. And that can be difficult in short periods of time, but we'll have different packages for everybody where you really get a feel for how the locals live, and you can say that you went to Vietnam and really experienced their culture, not just witnessed it from a tour bus. We're going to really focus our packages as well on unique adventures and experiences, recognizing that a lot of people want to do out of the ordinary things. We have adventure seekers, thrill seekers, and those are the people that we're going after in terms of our target market, and we're going to satisfy their crave for adventure with really exciting opportunities to do cool excursions throughout the country of Vietnam. And again, limitless options and flexibility. We want to make it easy, fun, not stressful when you travel. You're going to have all the options and flexibility that you need that really isn't associated today with tour companies. They seem to be quite rigid. They're set. This is what you're going to do for the next 7 days. Here's your itinerary. It's going to change if we tell you it's going to change. That's not going to happen with us. We want to be flexible, accommodating. It's going to be a good experience for everyone involved. And when we look at the market today and other tour companies serving this area, to be honest, we see that there's kind of weak competition. We don't think that there's a lot of strong, large players that are specifically addressing this segment within the market. Sure, there's a lot of tour companies, but are they doing specifically what we do? Are they, looking for this specific target market? I don't think they are. I think the young people and specifically this adventure-focused, business-focused, some of these areas that we're going to go into, some of these segments are being neglected now. We're going to capitalize on that and be the first to really pioneer this in Vietnam and hopefully scale that into other areas. And there's several competitive advantages that we think our company has and that we're going to continue to grow upon, and that's what's going to make us successful. So the first is that we are a joint venture with a local business partner. We've collaborated with someone in Vietnam so they know all the ins and outs of starting a business, of working with local partners. This is going to be a huge asset and strategic advantage for us as we move forward. The next area is the knowledge of the hospitality industry and of Vietnam. Again, working with this joint venture, working with the people that we've made connections with in Vietnam is going to be really huge for us to be able to offer that authentic experience to our customers and to grow our business a lot faster than if we were just an outsider coming in from another country. Specialization might be the most important differentiator between us and our competition. Like I said, we're not trying to be one big cookie cutter, huge box store type tour company where we have everything under the sun. That's not us. We're going to be very specialized. We're going to have adventure seeking opportunities. We're going to have opportunities for you to build your resume while you're studying abroad and meet with entrepreneurs and meet with business leaders and do activities that you can talk about when you're going on that job interview in a tough economy. These are things that not everyone is offering, and that's going to be unique to Adventure Vietnam. Another competitive advantage is that we have low wages and ample college talent in Vietnam to draw upon to build up our team as we grow our business. We met with many people while we were visiting in Vietnam recently, and there's so many people that have college education there that are just looking for good jobs, and there really is not a ton of them that are available. So I think there's an opportunity to draw on that workforce to really grow our business and help give them the experience they need to grow their careers as well. Another key advantage for us is, as a recent college student and a college student that studied in a very diverse state of Hawaii, where I have friends from all over. I've developed relationships throughout the college network in the U.S. It's going to be really important as we try to target these individuals from these schools moving forward. Another competitive advantage for our company is going to be allowing financing options for our students and young people that are traveling with us, so they don't have to pay for a trip all at once. A lot of times, even coming from a good family and saving up and having a decent amount of discretionary income, it's a lot to travel. It's very expensive. So having flexible payment terms is going to allow us to increase the amount of people that we can go after, and partnering with the bank to do that will be really important for us. Another area that we want to look at is the overall expenses it takes to build up this business, and that's an area that's important for you as a potential investor. We're really excited at the fact that we have really low overhead and minimal risk because of that. Most of the expenses that you're going to see outlined in our financials are variable. We can scale them up or scale them back as much as we need to address to the market conditions. Very low overhead, and that's going to be a key thing for us staying flexible and competitive in the marketplace. Another strategic advantage that we're going to have for our company is building up an extensive partnership network throughout Vietnam with hospitality-based companies, so we can offer the best excursions, unique experiences, and really build up a portfolio of options for our travelers that has high margins delivered back to our company. And perhaps the most exciting thing about this is the high growth opportunities for this company. We think that the sky is the limit with this. That you're not only limiting yourself to Vietnam and the different types of things that we can do there, but throughout Southeast Asia, throughout other countries. This is a global trend for increased travel among young people and the types of things that they're looking for when they travel. If we can, serve that niche, I think there's a huge opportunity to expand this beyond the borders of Vietnam and to form a really profitable business together. Now, with that being said, of course, like any business, we have some weaknesses. There are some threats out there, and we just want to be upfront, transparent, and address those. So the first thing is that there are larger travel companies out there. They have more resources. They could easily see that this is an opportunity as well and devote a lot of resources and try to push us out of the market. But that's something that we have to deal with, and we think that we have an early start on them, and being able to be more specialized, being able to partner with local, Vietnamese business partners is going to give us a leg up on the competition and allow us to really help combat this potential threat. Another potential threat area is the economic and political conditions within Vietnam. Certainly, if there are down economic conditions, throughout Vietnam or the U.S. or anywhere in the world that our travelers might be coming from, they're going to be less likely to have the money to go on these types of trips and excursions. So that's something to keep in mind. We have to be aware of with our pricing strategies, with our marketing, and with our staffing to make sure we're reacting and foreseeing even and projecting future conditions and not being caught off guard by those. And of course, political conditions can impact travel as well. Luckily, Vietnam has been a really stable country for the last couple of decades within the region, and we expect that to continue in the near future. The last area we want to address is liability and legal issues. Because we're doing a lot of exciting adventure-type, thrill-seeking activities, there's a lot of liability that goes with that. We will make sure we have the proper insurances so we're not caught off guard in a potentially dangerous legal situation that impacts our business negatively. So at this point, we hope you're pleased with what you've seen so far, and you're seeing the opportunity that we do in this company, Adventure Vietnam. And you're probably asking yourself, well, how much money do you need, and what am I going to get out of it? The answer to that question is we're looking for $50,000 to help us with some key expenditures to get us really going in the first year of our operations. And for that commitment, we were able to give you 10% equity in our business, which I think is going to more than pay for itself in a really short time period and be a very profitable investment for you. So in terms of the expenses that we're talking about and where your investment is going to go, we're looking at market research of about $10,000, talent and recruitment, really our core operations to get us going for the initial months, $14,000. And then advertising and PR, people need to know about us in order to drive revenue. There's $26,000 that would go to that. So let me talk about the first area, market research. We have a lot of good data that we've already compiled, and we have a lot of good insights from our own experiences in these industries about what people are looking for, that people are, our age are looking for, and we just want to use some additional funds to make sure that market research confirms what we already know about our target market. Use that data to develop marketing strategies, pricing strategies, see how price sensitive our customers are, making sure that we're maximizing our revenue and not leaving anything on the table, and also developing packages and excursions that really speak to our target market so we can be the most successful. The next area is the talent recruitment and operations to get us going. We're looking for sales staff that's going to oversee college reps, and we're looking to build a model based on what Student City does with their spring break trips, where college reps can earn a free trip and a free experience based on representing our company for their college and spreading the word amongst their friends. This is a really successful model that is proven and is low overhead for us. We're not paying anybody, we're simply giving them a chance to come on the tour for free, and they're in turn giving us so many more sales leads at their university. Also, we're looking for marketing staff to work with an ad agency to help develop some materials that get our brand awareness up there. Looking for account coordinators that would handle our operations, booking people, answering questions, answering the phones, working with our partners on the ground here in Vietnam to book all of our trips and schedule all of those things. And of course, tour guides and excursion leaders that are going to get people energized, excited, and take them on the trip of their lives. And when it comes to advertising and PR, this is a really important piece. People need to know about us. They need to hear our name. They need to know what we have to offer. We're confident once they do, they're going to come to us and they're going to want to buy a package and experience all we have to offer. So this starts with college visits and campus reps, which I alluded to. We need to really hit that college community, get our name out there, and I think once that goes and we start getting viral and start spreading it into the college campuses, we're going to have a lot of traction and get a lot of results from that. So we can also look at college media from print and radio commercials to get the exposure. Social media is huge. We know that college students are the top users of this demographic. And then also looking at direct mail and email lists to contact them that way. And of course, we have to have a really killer website for people to come to and experience all that we have to offer, rich in multimedia and videos and photos. They should get really excited when they come to their website about the potential trip that they could go on and start planning it that very day. Now, in terms of our financials, we want to go over some of the details with you to give an idea of where we're at right now, where we expect to be, and give you some parameters for when you can expect a return on your investment. So it starts with our fixed expenses, which are very low. A lot of them I mentioned are variable, which gives us the opportunity to scale up, scale back, whatever we need to do to best position ourselves moving forward. So first, we're going to have some office and meeting space, and the rent and utilities for that will be about $24,000 a year. It's located in Ho Chi Minh City, a fairly central located spot in District 1. The reason for this is we want to have some foot traffic, people that might not book with us pre-departure, but they get there, they hear about us, or someone recommends us as we build up those relationships with local hotels, and they can come by and just walk in and book a package with us. Similar to Dive Bar, which we experience in Hoi An, which is a Paddy dive shop that also functions as a bar and restaurant, we will be serving alcohol and have a cool lounge space in this first floor of the facility. That way people can come and hang out. It's another revenue source for us, which we'll talk about in the revenue streams, but it also gives a cool vibe for people to come and hopefully book a tour with us. Second area is insurance. Again, this is a big thing with liability, so we'll have $20,000 a year dedicated to that. Licenses and permits are important for setting up the business as well as serving alcohol. And then video, photo, and other equipment needs that are going to be tied to revenue streams. We're really trying to limit our fixed expenses to anything that is going to generate revenue. It's not going to do that. We don't want to touch that in the first year. So our main fixed expenses we're looking at around $59,000. So our largest variable expense will be for our staff salaries. That'll include salaries for both myself and the other founder, tour guides, and we have 4 budgeted at $300 a month, account coordinators to coordinate a lot of the logistics of running these operations, the marketing and PR staff, 3 of those at $500 a month, and also a bartender and wait staff at $200 a month. Both the tour guides and bartenders are expected to receive some tips that will also supplement some of their salary, and it's important to note that the minimum wage in Vietnam is $150 USD per month, so we're really paying above the normal wages for some of these positions. Additional variable expenses include the marketing and the media buying. This is really important, as I mentioned before, so we can really raise our brand awareness and have potential customers. There's no way we're going to get that if people don't know about us, and it's going to be too slow of growth for us. So the first area is Facebook advertising with $500 ad budget per month. Also a website creation. We need to start this from scratch, and we want to really have a awesome website that shows all the things that we have to offer in rich multimedia. So we budgeted $10,000 for that site and the maintenance that will go with that for the first year. as well as $10,000 for professional promo videos. You saw one that we could use as a potential ad when we first started this presentation. We're looking to really make that even more exciting and more professional with the help of some ad agencies. And then marketing research, as I mentioned before, is going to be really, really critical before we do anything to just make sure we've nailed down our target market and are concrete on what our strategy should be as we move forward here in the first year. The last area I want to talk about is partnership costs. And this is not really a direct expense, but it's a percentage where we're going to get a discounted rate for a lot of the things that we partner with, a lot of the attractions that we recommend and incorporate in our packages for our travelers. And that's going to be kind of a stepping stone until we're able to offer our own in-house services, in which case then we're going to be able to have a much higher margin instead of just really aggregating other people's experiences and other people's offerings. That's really a key area for us, but it's a way for us to get into this market without having to put substantial overhead in and substantial investment. So the total variable expenses we're looking at for the first year are about $139,000. So now we look at our revenue projections. We think we'll have a variety of packages for people to experience different things. It could be everything from skydiving to bungee jumping to kayak excursions and mountain climbing and rock climbing. There's so much that we think that we can offer, and really just developing that based on the market research and the packages that are within people's budgets and within people's interests is going to be important. So these are some rough numbers based on what we think that the market can tolerate and what it can bear, and what we think we can get for potential customers. So you'll see that the total revenue for these packages that we're looking at is about $53,000. But like I mentioned before, a lot of this won't be our own tour guides, and it won't be our own packages and excursions that we've done. It's really just taking a bunch of other things and partnering with these different hospitality programs and discounting, receiving their discounted rates, and then passing that on to our customers and taking that margin for our profit, which is about 15% is what we expect, and that will continue to grow as we're able to develop our own attractions and excursions and not having to use our partners as much. So the annual revenue from those sales would be about $96,000. The total customers, you can see based on the projections, would be about 15 a day. The total customer days of 450. Total monthly customers of 120. As I mentioned previously, there's two other areas that we want to look at in the first year for additional revenue streams. The first is photo and video sales. Everyone wants to have awesome photos of their adventure. They're going to be taking a bunch, but we're going to be offering that in some of these experiences where it's not conducive to take photos. When you're bungee jumping, when you're skydiving, you might be sea kayaking and not want to have your camera get wet. So having our staff that have the proper equipment and proper training to take really awesome photos and videography, we're going to be able to sell that for a premium. People want to have these once-in-a-lifetime memories, and they're going to pay a good dollar for that. So we think we can get another $1,500 of revenue a month. Since I've already shown the fixed expenses in the investment for this equipment up front, and this is going to be our staff that already has this training, we're looking at about $18,000 net annual revenue in addition to our package revenue. And then the last area when I mentioned really building a place that people want to stay and hang out for a lounge within our building is going to be important for us to be able to get alcohol revenue. Having a bar is going to be a good thing for foot traffic, a good way to get us potential customers and an additional revenue stream. We think that this can bring us another $21,000 a year after taking out the cost for alcohol. So now when you add all these together, you can see that our total net revenues is about $136,000 for the first year. And then when you look at our expenses, we are at $198,000, just shy of $200K, which leaves us with a first year in the red of $62,000. Now this isn't a terrible thing. This is expected for a lot of companies. We have a lot of upfront investment in the first year. We can scale this back a lot. You see that the variable costs are the significant portion of that. We are planning to spend a lot more. We don't have to. So we can actually profit in the first year, but we want to put this investment up to really get our name out there, do more of the marketing, and try to make significant gains in year 2 and year 3. We expect that we'll be profitable by the end of Q2 in year 2, and that by the first quarter of our third year of operation, we will have broke even and really be making significant gains towards high profitability, and then looking towards expansion by year 5. So as our potential business partner, we want to make sure we convey our top priorities moving forward. that's, first of all, understanding our target market. We think we already have a good feel for this, but using that market research is going to be imperative to our actions and strategies moving forward. It's going to make sure that we are successful with this business venture. The second area is developing our product and infrastructure and our local network. This is really the meat of what we have to offer, building this up, making sure that our product is the best out on the market, really specialized, not this cookie cutter thing that everyone else is selling. This is going to be what sets us apart, what makes us very profitable in the long run. And the last thing is, once we develop that, raising our brand awareness, getting out to the customers, reaching out to the college kids, and getting them to know about us. Once they do, we're confident they're going to come and have a great time and tell all their friends. The best part about Adventure Vietnam is it doesn't have to stop in Vietnam. We're not looking at just Vietnam. We're looking at Adventure Malaysia, Adventure Thailand, Adventure Cambodia, Adventure Laos. There's other countries beyond Vietnam, other regions beyond Southeast Asia, where we think our concept has legs and can be very profitable. As these global trends and young people traveling and the things that they want when they travel continue to emerge, we think we can be a pioneer in really satisfying this market niche and be extremely competitive at that as well. So beyond that, we want to expand to other sectors and really go top to bottom, all areas of this young people traveling, and address ownership and operations of hostels and hotels, nightlife, dining, and key excursions that are all tied together to this tour experience, where we can kind of control all the areas and really realize those profits in the different market segments. And lastly, ownership of other key transportation means involved with the tour. We think that we could be very successful in key industries related to our tour company moving forward in other areas. So I want to thank you for your attention and listening to this presentation tonight, and invite you to take the path less traveled, to join the Adventure Vietnam team, and invest in an exciting, high-growth business that has the potential for numerous revenue streams and a thriving new global market. And we hope you'll embark on this thrilling journey with us. We can promise you this: Adventure Vietnam will truly be an experience like no other. Thank you for your time, and we invite you to visit adventurevietnam.com and look forward to meeting with you again soon. Thank you.